President Trump gives nasty surprise to Obama and Merkel after they tried to embarrass him in Germany. Barack Obama is making a fool out of himself as he follows President Donald Trump around Europe. His antics reached the height of absurdity as he met with Angela Merkel in Germany and used that platform to sarcastically put down the southern border wall. However, Obama and Merkel forgot one thing as Trump lands in Germany and delivers a nasty surprise to them. You don't want to miss this. What the fake news network, CNN, is calling a political coincidence. Angela Merkel met with former President Barack Obama and President Donald Trump on the same day. Everyone knows the Obamas have been trolling the Trumps in Europe, first in Italy and now in Germany. On a day of odd political coincidences, Merkel sat down with one president she calls a friend and with whom she shares a political wavelength, Barack Obama, and another, with whom she has had a frosty start, Donald Trump, reports CNN. As Obama gave his speech in Germany, he talked about borders in veiled terms because he is a wimp who can't directly confront Trump. He works in the shadows, planning the demise of the president, but we all know that Obama will fail. If there are disruptions in these countries, if there is bad governance, if there is war or if there is poverty, in this new world that we live in, we can't isolate ourselves, Obama said. We can't hide behind a wall. Obama is like a high school graduate who keeps going back to his old stomping grounds to relive his pathetic glory days. He refuses to move on and has been craving approval. Merkel is up for re-election, so she nodded and smiled with affection as Obama delivered his first speech since leaving office. Germans are sick and tired of Merkel's pro-Muslim migrant policies that have caused mayhem and bloodshed, and Merkel hopes Obama can help her get re-elected. Obama and Merkel were in front of the historical Brandenburg Gate, a site that few politicians are allowed to use for a speech. Obama's lackeys pulled out all the stops to make Obama's sad comeback look like a triumph. This is where Ronald Reagan gave his most famous speech, demanding Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down this wall, speaking about the Berlin Wall. President Donald Trump was well aware of the shenanigans by Barack Obama and Frau Merkel. That's why just hours after Obama made those comments about the wall, Trump delivered a nasty surprise that put Obama and Merkel in their place. While speaking in front of NATO, the president was dedicating a piece of the Twin Towers to be side by side with the piece of the Berlin Wall. At the podium, he turned his head and stared directly at Merkel for a good 20-30 seconds, which was a message in itself. Then he said, "Today is a day for both remembrance and resolve in that the attack demonstrates the depths of the evil we face with terrorism." It was quite a solemn moment, and everyone there knew Trump was sending the German chancellor and her favorite pet, Obama, a crystal-clear message. How dare they sit up at the Brandenburg Gate and preach for open borders? How dare they ignore the biggest evil in the world after little girls were just slaughtered by Islamic terrorism only 36 hours before? Too bad Obama wasn't there because Merkel looked down, quite embarrassed. Barack and Michelle have been staying in million-dollar villas while trying to undermine the will of the American people. Obama was rejected, and his candidate, Hillary Clinton, was soundly beaten. So, what part of that doesn't he and Michelle understand? They are the lowest of the low, evil actors clinging to their globalist socialistic ideas who won't accept that they failed in their takeover of America. They need to get back on their private jet and accept defeat. Patriots are standing with Trump, making America great again. Barack Obama just resurfaced to make an infuriating announcement. There's a long-standing tradition in this country that former presidents gracefully fade into the background to allow their successor to get comfortable in the presidency unchallenged. Unfortunately, Barack Hussein Obama is not following this tradition, as he resurfaced today in Germany to bash Donald Trump with his old friend, Chancellor Angela Merkel. Daily Mail reported that Obama was given a rock-star welcome by German liberals when he appeared at a public debate with Merkel in Berlin. Of course, Obama made the appearance all about himself, shamelessly using it to defend his own presidency. The former president told the crowd that, "We have to push back against those trends that would violate human rights or suppress democracy or restrict individual freedoms." In a thinly veiled reference to Trump, Obama then talked about the need to see development aid and diplomacy as essential aspects of national security policy. "We can't isolate ourselves. We can't hide behind a wall," Obama said, clearly referring to Trump's plans to build a border wall. "In the eyes of God, a child on the other side of the border is no less worthy of love and compassion than my own child," Obama said. "You can't distinguish between them in terms of their worth or inherent dignity." Unsurprisingly, the former president went on to defend Obamacare. "My hope was that I was able to get 100% of people health care while I was president. We didn't quite achieve that, but we were able to get 20 million people health care who didn't have health care," Obama said. "Certainly I have some regrets. Obviously some of the progress that we made is now in peril, but the point really is for those 20 million people, their lives have been better.